Late Tuesday morning, Tyler watched as an old battered pickup truck turned off the pavement onto the dirt road leading to his airfield and crop dusting compound. The dry red West Texas dirt crunched beneath the tires. He squinted against the bright June sunshine. The old pickup groaned under the weight of an equally old camper and heroically hauled a dilapidated trailer loaded with what looked like the fuselage and various other parts of a vintage biplane. What the hell was this? Sitting beneath the lone hackberry tree in front of hangar number 2, he watched the truck inch its way closer. Could this be the ag pilot he'd hired? And what was with the ancient plane she was towing behind her truck? If he wasn't mistaken, it looked like an old pit special. When the entourage finally pulled to a stop in front of the hangar, Tyler took another sip of coffee and waited. A big yellow dog poked its head out the passenger side window and stared at Tyler with intelligent brown eyes. The woman sat behind the steering wheel and peeked around the dog at him. She made no move to get out of the truck. The dog barked, and she petted its neck, shushing it, murmuring words of comfort. For the dog or for herself, Tyler couldn't tell. Even from this distance, her low, husky voice drifted over him, warm and smooth, like good Kentucky sipping whiskey going down. Well, hell, looked like his body had finally awakened from its long dormant sleep. Good to know that part of him was still in working order. The woman gave the dog one last kiss, then she waved at Tyler before unbuckling her seatbelt and hopping out of the truck. "Hello," she said, walking around the front of the pickup, not stopping until she stood directly in front of Tyler. She stuck out her hand. "Tyler McCade, I'm Caitlin Ross. Nice to finally meet you." She looked around, green eyes wide. "Wow, this is some setup you have. Crop dusting must do good business around here." With hands still extended, she looked Tyler up and down. "Oh my God, you're hurt. You didn't say anything about being hurt when we talked on the phone." "No, I didn't." Keenly aware of her scrutiny, Tyler reached for his crutches and slowly, painfully stood. Once he'd balanced himself, he shook hands with his new pilot. He'd almost forgotten how small and warm and soft a woman's hand could be. "Welcome to Lone Star Wings and the Diamondback Ranch." Caitlin withdrew her hand and looked him up and down. "So you're Tyler McCade, air show stunt pilot extraordinaire, Mr. Do or Die McCade." Tyler winced at the nickname he'd picked up on the air show circuit. If only they could see him now. "Yep, that would be me." "Wow, I stand in the presence of greatness," she said with a smile in her eye. "But what in the world happened to you?" "An accident." "Accident? As in—" She left the words hanging. "Yeah, as in—" Tyler pointed with one of his crutches toward the field on the right. "As in plane crash." His throat tightened on the words. Oh yeah, it had been a life-changing moment, all right. Caitlin looked at the crashed plane out in the field. It was hard to miss. He should know. It had mocked him for months since the accident. He hoped she didn't ask too many questions, because he didn't have any answers. "At least you're in better shape than your plane," she said, looking at him again. "Not by much." He adjusted his weight on the crutches. He still hurt like hell, and at the rate he was healing, he didn't know if he'd ever fully recover, and that scared the living crap out of him. He lived to fly, damn it. If he couldn't fly, he might as well be dead.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.